You're watching Good Morning Carolinas on ABC 15 with Crystal Costa and Matt Barber.
Of course, we got our fair share of winter weather, but folks to the south, they were hammered pretty hard. This is Savannah, Georgia. Not a common sight there for sure. This is a look at buildings off the East Street River there. So beautiful.
Yeah, they're not used to seeing that kind of weather, just like us. And same thing for Hilton Head Island. Unbelievable. Not too far from us down in the low country of South Carolina. We've been looking at video out of Charleston as well all morning. It's quite a sight when you see snow on the beach, not just here, but all over the Carolinas. And the winter weather we've seen is our top story. We're going to have a live report on the conditions this morning from Tanya Brown out in Florence, Amanda Kinseth in Surfside Beach, and our Liz Cooper in studio who's been monitoring our roads.
But first, let's get a check of your current conditions. Here's meteorologist Brooke Glazer.
Well, we are still cold enough to keep all of the snow that fell yesterday on the ground, a significant amount across our area. 6 inches in Dillon and Laurinburg, nearly 3 inches in Florence and Conway, and 4 in Hartsville as well as Georgetown. Thankfully, our bomb is now moving off of the North Carolina and Virginia coast, making its way to D.C., New York City, and all the way up to Maryland. Again, we saw so much freezing rain, sleet, and snow yesterday. This is causing very treacherous conditions on roads today into tonight. Stay safe.
It does seem Florence County was hit hardest by snow and freezing rain yesterday into overnight.
We get now live to ABC 15's Tanya Brown, who is in Florence County this morning. How are the roads looking out there this morning, Tanya?
Matt, we're here at the intersection of Lucas Street and the MLK Bridge near downtown Florence, and this is a very busy street, but as you can see, the road is closed right now. The road has been closed since about 7 o'clock last night because it's just too icy. You can see this car right now having a hard time getting across the part that's not closed. In fact, they're almost at a standstill. That's just how icy this road has been. And like I said, I would consider this to be one of the busy roads in Florence. But DOT right now, their primary job is to get to the bridges, to get to the interstates, and to get to the primary roads. And even though this is what I think would be a primary road, they're just too busy getting to those other roads. They're saying they're going to get to your road as soon as they can, but they have their priorities first. Now, they have about 250 people working the roads. And as I say, they're trying to get them as soon as they can. Now, I've noticed that there's a little more traffic on this side of town than it was near downtown Florence. I guess there are people going back and forth to work. There right now, Highway Patrol isn't reporting a lot of accidents. Last night, I've been telling you, they were reporting almost 100 accidents or more than 100 accidents. They're saying that that could pick up as people get out, as it starts to get daylight. They expect more accidents to happen because people are going to be traveling on those icy roads. So again, they're saying that if you have to get out, again, please take the primary roads and stay off the secondary back roads. For now, live near downtown Florence, Tanya Brown, ABC 15 News.
Thank you for that live update there, Tanya. And along the coast, snow and ice has covered roads there as well. We drove in on our ride to work this morning. It's very slippery. It took a long time to get into work.
Yes, ABC 15's Amanda Kinseth out live in Surfside Beach with more on the conditions there. Good morning.
That's right, and the roads are covered with ice, absolutely covered. And you know what? So is the beach. So we're out here to show it to you so you don't necessarily have to leave your house. It's covered with ice, but it's also covered with snow. Take a look. It's just all white up and down the beach. Definitely a sight to see. A little hard to go shelling, though. You actually have to dig the shells out of the ice. Over here, cameraman Keith and I had a little fun. We made a little snowman. It was a little hard. Woo! The snow isn't the best for packing, but it definitely is a lot of fun. I realized, though, he's missing his arms. Here we go. He's looking a little better now. As exciting as this is for me, it's super exciting for a lot of people here on the coast. Just take caution, be safe, and stay warm. Guys, what do you think? He's looking all right, right?
I applaud you, Amanda. That's a very good snowman considering the amount that fell on the beach.
Absolutely. She made something out of it.
Yeah, the arms make it.
Okay. Right now, South Carolina troopers are busy. They have been all morning long, and right now they're on the scene of several wrecks in our area.
ABC 15's Liz Cooper has been monitoring area roads this morning. What's going on out there, Liz?
Well, like you said, South Carolina Highway Patrol troopers are on scene a handful of incidents right now in Horry County. They've been busy all night, overnight, and into the early morning hours. We actually have a Waves traffic report, and this is sponsored by Johnny Gardner Law Firm. Highway Patrol just reported icy conditions there at Highway 501 in the overpass on Highway 544, which is right near Cox Ferry Road, down the road from us here at Coastal Carolina University. So use caution there. Troopers are also on scene of a wreck on Ocean Boulevard at 26th Avenue North. That happened about 45 minutes ago. And they're also on scene near Market Common at Fred Nash Boulevard at Emory Road. No injuries reported with either one of those incidents there. Use caution. You heard Tanya Brown say it. More people are going to be making their way on the roads this morning, and there's going to be a higher risk for wrecks in these types of conditions. So take it slow and use caution. Of course, people along the Grand Strand are also enjoying some of that fun out there in that winter weather. These are pictures posted through our social media partner, Banjo. Check this out. We showed this one earlier to you guys. And enjoying that slippery, snowy condition. I think he's okay. I think we can maybe report that this guy is okay. And look, we were talking the pups outside. They're enjoying the snow. I know my dog this morning, when I let him out, he was scooting through my front yard and so excited down there playing in the snow. So we love to see your pictures. Go ahead and head to burst.com/WPDE. Show us what it looks like in your neck of the woods. Matt and Crystal.
All right, and if you have to hit the road today, there are some ways to drive safely.
Here's some advice for you. If you do have to drive, make sure to stay toward the middle lanes of the road. That water tends to pool in the outside lanes, so more likely to encounter ice there. Don't follow large trucks or buses too closely. The spray can splash up on your windshield, causing some trouble. Just don't follow anyone too closely. Slow down, leave some extra distance between you and any cars.
If you find yourself starting to skid right, steer right, and the same thing if you start skidding left, steer left. With standard brakes, pump those brakes gently. With ABS, apply steady pressure to the brakes. Troopers say don't use cruise control today when you're driving on these icy roads. If you get stuck and need help, the South Carolina Department of Public Safety says you can call Star HP for assistance.
Many Grand Strand and PD schools, you see them listed there, organizations, businesses, all closed today. Our team is constantly updating that information for you at our website, WPDE.com. We'll continue to do that throughout the morning, keep you posted. We also have the information scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
If you have a flight scheduled out of Myrtle Beach International Airport today, make sure to double check the flight status. Most of this morning's flights out of MYR are already canceled. You can check with your airline because some have issued travel advisories. Don't call the airport. Instead, call your airline or check your airline's website.
A warming shelter is going to be open in Darlington County for the weekend. It is at Trinity United Methodist Church's Youth Center on Orange Street. Their shelter will open at 6 p.m. and close at 8 a.m. It will be open today, tomorrow, and Saturday nights. They will be serving dinner each night.
Horry County is still operating condition level 4, OPCON 4, which puts the county on alert status.
That basically means county officials have been monitoring the weather situation and have been in discussions with South Carolina Emergency Management and the National Weather Service. County officials say you should still continue your winter safety precautions this morning. Firefighters in Johns Island and Charleston County say winter weather conditions made it difficult to battle an early morning house fire there. Bill Burr from our Sinclair sister station WCIV is at the scene where 4 adults and 9 children escaped.
Icy road conditions slowed down firefighting efforts in rural Johns Island, South Carolina. I'll step out of the way here so you can see the scene at about 5:30 this morning. Firefighters received a call at about 2:30 in the morning of a mobile home fire, and when they arrived, the home was engulfed in flames. But it took firefighters a little bit longer than usual because of all the snow and ice on the roads in this rural part of Charleston, South Carolina. It's our understanding that 4 adults and 9 children were inside that mobile home. Firefighters say they were able to get everyone out of that mobile home safely, but in the meantime, their firefighting efforts were slowed down because of all the snow and and ice. And on top of that, with all the heavy apparatus and the fire trucks coming through some of these smaller roads, the snow and ice on the trees is hanging down and weighting them down and hitting some of the fire trucks. So definitely slow-going efforts here for firefighters after this blast of winter weather near Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Bill Burr reporting.
Like Bill said, many parts of the Low Country are dealing with slippery conditions this morning as well. Brody Hart with our Sinclair sister station WCIV is near the famous Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge in Charleston with much more.
Well, snow has finally stopped falling here in Charleston, South Carolina. Now just dealing with our roads that may take a couple days to get clear, but I want to show you we've got a little bit of a bright source here. The first sign of bare blacktop showing. This is in front of one of our iconic bridges here, one of the main thoroughfares, the Ravenel Bridge. Sees a lot of traffic, may see a lot more traffic as people try to get out and go to work today. A lot of the roads, though, still very icy. We've seen this, a lot of this compacted snow kind of just refreezing overnight. Not that it was ever really unfrozen, but even those lower temperatures not really helping things out. But for now, things getting a little bit better throughout the day as those snowplows continue to rove around the area, but we'll be keeping an eye on it throughout the day. For now, we're in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Brody Hart reporting.
All right, thanks to Brody and Bill. Turning to North Carolina now, Governor Roy Cooper has issued a state of emergency because of the winter weather. Governor Cooper says high winds and icy conditions will be dangerous and could stick around for a while. North Carolina troopers will be checking and marking all abandoned vehicles to make sure no one is left stranded on the side of a road.
And despite all the closings and possible power outages, South Carolina is not in a state of emergency. The overall message from officials in Columbia: stay off the roads. The governor reminds you, if you don't, you're putting our first responders at risk.
Don't put the emergency personnel at risk, because if you go out and something happens, that means someone's going to have to come get you, and that puts everybody at risk and also takes them away from other tasks that they need to be doing.
Crews with the Department of Public Safety say they have 165 officers assigned to help with the storm aftermath. Snow was not in the forecast for Nashville, Tennessee. So how did one man get all the snow in his backyard? We'll explain.
And we want to see pictures of you having fun in the snow, like this Panthers fan making a snowman in our area. So good. We want to see those pictures. You just have to go to burst.com/WPDE. We have the winter weather folder right at the top of that website. You upload it there so we can air them live.
And as we go to break, you're taking a live look at the winter weather conditions in Baltimore, Maryland. Just looking at that makes me cold.
Yeah, that wind a little strong this morning.
Yeah, wind and snow expected there today. Your time now 6:42. Your full local forecast coming up after the break.